God himself, which his real name is Yahweh, he's a black man too, man. Give me Ezekiel, the 1st chapter. Start at the 4th verse. Because the Bible clearly tells you that the angels is black, man. All right?
And I looked,
and behold, call the scripture.
Ezekiel 1 and 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud and fire enfolding itself.
Yeah, the whirlwind that it's talking about is a so-called UFO. That's why when you watch these movies like Independence Day, all right, Battle of Los Angeles, that's all about the Lord's return, man. But what do? They mock the Lord, they mock the angels, and they put aliens in the ships, man. There's no such thing as an alien, all right? The Bible speaks about the chariots of Israel, which is UFOs, man. Go ahead.
And the brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as a color of amber, out of the midst of fire.
Go ahead.
Also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
So 4 living creatures came out of this so-called UFO. It said the UFO was the color of amber. The color of amber is like the color of the sun. Go ahead. So it's going to describe those 4 living creatures. Go ahead.
And this was their appearance.
And this was their appearance. When you describe somebody's appearance, that means what you look like. Go ahead.
And they had the likeness of a man.
They had the likeness of a man, so it's talking about the angels. Go ahead.
And everyone had 4 faces.
They all had a face. Go ahead.
And everyone had 4 wings.
They all had wings. Go ahead.
And their feet were straight feet. And their sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Go ahead.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
And they sparkle like the color to burnished brass. So what color is burnished brass? We always say it's the color of a penny. The same color as all of us, man. So the angels sparkle like the color of burnished brass. The same thing when you read the prophecy about Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, it says his feet was like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So the angels was black, all right? You got it, brother.
Great. You know, so like this brother was saying, the angels were dark-skinned men. As a matter of fact, for edification, can you give Revelations 1 and start at 13, I believe? Okay, because we're about to get into the description of who the world calls Jesus Christ. Now, do you know the scripture where Yahweh Shai said in the book of John, they that have seen me have seen the Father? Yeah. Hey, can you get that for me? You know, can you give me Daniel's, the sub-chapter, I believe?
Daniel's 10. 10, 5, and 6.
Yeah. All right.
This is Revelations, chapter 1, verse 13.
Wait, where's it? All right, go ahead. Where's the picture of Yahweh Shai? This one holds both of us.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto Son of Man.
Right. And who is the Son of Man? The Son of Man is talking about who the world calls Jesus. Go ahead.
And one like unto Son of Man, clothed with the garment down to the foot.
All right, he had on the garment clothed down to the foot. And when you get deep into the scriptures, he had on the green garment. Go ahead.
And a girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
All right, a golden girdle. It's like a golden girdle would be what you call a warrior belt. You know, you wear it around your waist. Okay, that's what he had on. All right, this faggot ain't had no golden girdle about his waist. All right, he had some white shit tied on it. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
All right, his head and his hairs were white like wool. Okay, this is white woolly hair. Okay, so that's strike one for a caveman boy right here. All right, this ain't white woolly hair. And a matter of fact, this man is Chadre Borgia, and he had blonde hair. Okay, this man had blonde hair. This ain't white woolly hair. All right, all right, all right. The Holy Bible said that who the world calls Jesus Christ had white woolly hair. And who has woolly hair on the face of the earth? So-called Negroes do. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Right on there. Hey!
What are you talking about?
The Shroud of Turin. You can
What
see
about it?
Jesus' face right on it, man.
So who discovered the Shroud of Turin?
Look it up.
Who discovered it? The so-called white man discovered it. He's the biggest liar on the planet Earth. Fuck out of here,
You!
man.
Me?
You!
Maybe I have more knowledge than you do.
You ain't got no knowledge,
Come
man.
over here and prove
You ain't
it.
got no knowledge.
Come
man.
over here and
You
prove
ain't got no knowledge, man.
Come over here and
You
prove
ain't got no knowledge, man.
Come over here and prove
You ain't got no knowledge, man. Get the hell out of here, man. You ain't got no knowledge,
Yeah,
man.
you just the devil, man.
You a demon!
Man, I'm Mexican, homeboy.
So what?
So what?
So what?
I don't care who you are.
You don't even know your nationality. You call it. What does Mexican mean? What does Mexican mean?
Where did Mexican come from?
You don't know nothing, man. Get your ass on the street, man. You don't know nothing, man. You just a white man's pawn, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're a white boy's ass wiper. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Well, white like wool. Go ahead.
as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Okay, his eyes was as a flame of fire. Why? Because he drank a lot of wine. You know, matter of fact, can you give me in Genesis real quick? Genesis.
Right there. Just point to it on the sign.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so in the book of Genesis, okay, it speaks about his teeth being white with milk and his eyes being red with wine because he was a wine bibber. Okay, this man right here ain't had no red eyes, okay? And a matter of fact, his eyes is blue and white. And when you read the scriptures, all right, blue eyes is considered as leprosy of the eyes, okay? To have blue eyes and blonde hair is a curse. It is a curse to have leprous skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. Okay, so go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in the furnace.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace. So if your feet is black, your whole body is going to be black. Okay? Your whole body can be only one color unless you have leprosy. Okay? So that's strike two for this guy. This man right here, Cesare Borgia, has leprosy. All right? He ain't got no dark skin. Okay? And when you do the research on this leprous cave dog right here, all right, he was a pedophile, he was a homosexual, all right, he popped his sister, okay? This man is the son of Pope Alexander VI, okay, the Pope of Rome. Okay, so it's a wrap for this man right here, all right? The Holy Bible clearly describes who the world calls Jesus Christ as being a so-called black man with white woolly hair dressed in a green garment with a golden girdle on, okay? Who the world calls Jesus Christ is a warrior, all right? He ain't no Troy or fag boy like this man Cesare Borgia.
That's right.
All right, can you bring that up?
Daniel 10 and 5. I lift up my eyes and look, behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
Right, a certain man clothed in linen. This is talking about who the world calls Jesus. Go ahead.
Whose loins were girded with fine gold of Euphrates.
Go on.
His body was also like the burial, and his face was as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes were as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet unto the color of polished brass.
Right, polished brass. What color is brass? Brass is a brownish color. Okay? And when you look at, you know, if you even have melon is the color of brown. So who the world calls Jesus Christ, he was a very, very, very dark brown-skinned man.
I got a precept.
Yes, and they say that white White people, they lack melanin. They don't have melanin. That's why they burn in the sun.